I both the noob. Said. Hey hi hello.
Okay. Welcome, friends. Check. Okay, it's a bit rate. It's a bit low. Okay. See, I was going to do always check your form. Always check your forma. One forma a day, 366, 65 per year, so it's enough forma to build your weapons. I have one forma. I was building a weapon, but I finished already. I finished the weapon I was building. Let me check my phone. Okay. Let's check stream quality. Okay. So, I'll keep my open. Okay, just a second. I'm just updating the website, Warframe Market, for things I'm selling. Okay. Frame rate seems a bit low. But it's okay, I think. Let's try a mission. Check memory. 37. So the memory is okay. The CPU, GPU. Okay, mission I was going to do. What weapons do I have? Okay, I was going to do the circuit. Garuda arrow, Equinox wall. I'll do this later. My Garuda is not built, not even the arrows. The sortie, I need to do sortie. I'll reset. Okay. Still path. Okay. So spy, sabotage. Do this with Wukong. Wukong. Let me check. I'm using weapons, Nathurk, infinite ammunition, Tenet Blinks, infinite ammunition. So melee is at infinite ammunition. So I'm using a build for shields. I have shields. So this Arcane Aegis with shield recharge. They work with the Arcane Aegis together, so they activate when this activates. So this is better than the barrier. I saw the barrier yesterday. Yeah, this is better than the barrier. Shield recharge. I can show this. What? The frame rate is a bit low, but it's okay. Yeah. Let me check the voice. Okay. Hey.
Hi both the noob. Said. Hey hi.
Seems okay. Okay. So I'm using with Wukong the build. Shield build. I can show you here. I'm going on solo always. The spy missions. Sabotage. Absorption. Check here. Okay, frame rate seems a bit low. In mission, it's okay. I'll show you the shield build. Sentinel will kill. I forgot the Sentinel. Okay, I forgot the Sentinel, but as you can see, the shield recharge is really powerful. They can't do anything to conquer. Doesn't do anything. They can't do anything. They are still path enemies. The Sentinel is killing them really fast. Sentinel has a great Riven. What people call God Rivens. I managed to buy a Riven and upgrade it, and I got lucky. I got lucky on my Riven. So as you can see, the Sentinel is doing the job. I don't know what are they shooting, but okay. So he doesn't die, Wukong doesn't die. As you can see, my sentinel will die, and my sent. Okay, sorry. As you can see, I'm taking damage with Wukong, and the arcane together with the mods do a good job on blocking, tanking the damage with shields. I use this build on Ildrin, and I'm using on Wukong because the build I have on Wukong is the Perspicacity. Is the Perspicacity build. This ability that this ability. Give me just a second. Motorbike is okay. So this is Perspicacity ability. So I needed to find a way to tank damage. And I'm using the same build I'm using now. See, I take damage, and the shields recharge with this Arcane Aegis. If I don't have Arcane Aegis, doesn't work. The Arcane Barrier doesn't work also, only the Arcane Aegis. I can take damage really fast. So the mods multiply the speed of the speed of the arcane. The arcane triggers, and the mods they multiply the damage that I take on. So this is a build tanking with shields. I can tank with health. I know it doesn't make sense doing these things on the Wukong, because he has a special ability, and there are other builds to do using other things to tanking with health and armor. But I wanted something strong, and the build on Ildrin was strong with the Arcane Aegis. The build on Ildrin was strong, so I copied the Ildrin build. At first didn't work, but then I tried with the Arcane Aegis, and only works with the Arcane Aegis. So you need the mods, and and the arcane together. So all the mods and the arcane makes 4 things charging the shields, 4 items. 3 mods plus 1 arcane recharging the shields, and some shields in the as you can see, my Wukong hasn't English has not died yet. Hasn't died yet. So He's still tanking all the damage. He's still tanking all the damage. Okay, so he's tanking all the damage. He hasn't died yet. So the build is perspicacity. I can't use the dispensary to tank. I can't use energy to tank. So I use the shields. I know the third ability of Wukong is good to tank, but I choose not to. Try to make something different, see if it works. It's working fine. The only issue is the Sentinel sometimes dies. The Sentinel weapon is really powerful now, so can take steel path enemies, even though it's not attacking anyone. I don't know why. Let me take out the... see? Sentinel doing a great damage. The Riven I got was critical chance, so Sentinel killing the enemies really fast. The build I got is... the build I have is critical build on terminations, because I got lucky on the Riven. I will explain it later. So this build is short on duration. I find it easier to it's a low duration build. I find it easier to play like this. Find it easier to play like this. Low duration, so I just and this frame rate, it's a bit low, but it's okay. Okay, so oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm following the target to exterminate that target, but I don't need to exterminate the target. Okay, so the okay, so the so when I try to make builds, I try to make something different, try different things. This is not a thing that comes, how can I say this? This is not a fast thing to do. This is not fast, it's slow. It's a slow process. That's what I wanted to say. It's a slow process to make these builds. It's trial an error. So I had to build. This is the Umbral Fiber. This is the health build. I have 1000 health, and I was using Grace. I was using Grace. So I was using Grace here. Okay, so I was using Grace here. This was a build that worked. It worked, but this build is better, tanking with shields and arcane ages. I could use barrier, but no, I'm not gonna use barrier. Let me check one thing. Okay. So, I could use barrier. Natharok, Tenet Blinks. These are weapons that have good damage. This one 3000 per shot. This build is for Wukong, for the twin. Is a build on speed, Primal Shred speed, Vile Acceleration speed. Hit build. It's a hit build with a speed. This is a normal build. Works for the Warframe. So these are two powerful weapons, primary, secondary. They do a lot of damage. Even Vastilok does damage. Let me check one quick thing. Okay. So the iron staff is slash viral slash shatter impact to shattering. I do believe it's shattering impact. Yeah. Okay. I'm using the Vergless from the build isn't on munitions with critical delay. Critical. This is top tier moth. I got lucky on the rolls, 6 rolls. I bought this from the website via the website. So I sent a message to the player, I did a trade, and I got a Vergless Riven, I don't know, 100, 200 platinum. Then I used Kuva, 6 times Kuva, and I got this amazing roll. Critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot. If this had a negative, like negative zoom, I'm not sure if they have negative zoom on companion weapons. Negative zoom doesn't exist on shotguns. There is no negative zoom on shotguns except the kit gun shotgun. The kit gun shotgun has negative zoom because you can use the same Riven on secondary, and the negative zoom from the secondary you can use on the shotgun. But the other shotguns don't have negative zoom, doesn't exist. I don't know if negative zoom exists for... I don't know if negative zoom exists for companion weapons. I'm using this build. Frame rate a bit low, but okay. So I'm going to do the other. I'm going to do the other sabotage, fast mission with Wukong. I do sabotage. And rescue and spy with Wukong, because he can travel fast. I have low duration on Wukong and a high efficiency, so I can use the cloud. He doesn't really need to tank damage because I don't use him on the missions. Sometimes there is a there's a spy mission. Sometimes there's a spy mission that sometimes there is a spy mission that I trigger the alarms. Sometimes it's a rare thing, and I have to exterminate the enemies. And it's always good to have a good weapon on Wukong, even though you don't need it. Even though I'm not using weapons, I'm just using weapons to do these things, to activate the objectives. Like this, activate this door. And this is a kind of a secret, not secret. You trigger the alarm, the door doesn't close, and then you shoot. So the door doesn't close. This is the heat canister, so you want to do that canister to speed up the mission. So I forgot to use perspicacity, but it's okay. So I'm using heavy attack on the melee to trigger the... I'm using heavy attack on melee to trigger the... to smash the objectives, those canisters. So it's just melee only, and then heavy attack and smashes everything. Okay. Okay, so I'm just here for the still essence. 2 minutes. Not gonna wait for the acolyte. 2 minutes. Acolyte comes at 5 minutes, 4 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes and a half, 3.5 minutes. So I'm not gonna wait for the acolyte. I'm going to public. I wanna do a test on the frame rate, so just gonna do a test on the frame rate. I wanna see if I can stream it or not, so no limits. When I go to the I want to see if I can stream it. Let's see if there is someone in squad. I'm not gonna stay here, I'm just going to test this frame rate. Can I do this? It's playable. It is playable. it is playable. Usually when I come here to PvP, so just to warm up, I usually come to warm up and practice the parkour. This is not gonna be an easy match because these two players are exclusive Conclave players, so PvP. They do this all day, so I don't stand a chance. I'm trying to see the frame rate. Usually the frame rate in these small tile sets, usually the frame rate in these small tile sets is per second, because having 40 frames. My phone.
Cheops said, "Do you have any one? The boss in whispers in the wall. I feel like it takes ages. He's just a damage sponge. Is there any?
Kill them faster with the Cheops. Welcome. A crew member. You need to find a crew member and do some tests. Gear wheel. On the gear wheel, you need this crew member, on-call crew. This will drop a crew member. I'll show you what the crew member can do. I'll show you frame rate is low. The stream was freezing on when I went to the crew member. You drop a crew member to
Cheops said, "I have one, but in Deep Archimedian you can't use gear wheel."
Okay, you're right. Let me check. If I don't, I think you're right, but I'm just wanna I just wanna check the option. Sometimes you can activate or deactivate the option. Play the deep and leave the last point. You can leave the last point. Center Anatomica Fast Travel. Necroloid. So, no consumables. So this is not an option. Ammo. Ammo deficit. Restore drops. Consumables. No, you can't, because the first Archimedean I did, I don't believe I had this. I play with consumables. So you
said, "Ooh, it is gear embargo. I can just remove that."
Yeah. I do believe you are right. So when you activate this, I already did this 2 times or 3 times this week to help other streamers, to help friends. So what is this? This changed loadout. Siren Shadow, no, it's the same. Siren Shadow Adzima. Siren Shadow Adzima Twin Basilak. Let me change this. So the last point you can play without the last point because the reward isn't good. So what I'm trying to say, let me equipment arsenal. Let me keep the spy. So Siren, no, default. So Siren, Twin Basilak.
Cheops said,
Siren.
"Is the helper doing a lot of damage to the boss?"
Yes, the crew member helper, the crew member on-call crew. So this is Shadow. I just want to show you the last option is not good. So here I think it's the Twin Basilic. Eastrix, Twin Basilic. Give me just a second so I can check. Azima. Eastrix. Okay. It's the same thing. Eastrix or Azima. So you see this reward is Phosphor. This Phosphor. This is Tau Forger. If he stops talking, I can explain this. So you don't need this last option. Phosphor. You don't need Phosphor. You have Phosphor here and Phosphor here. So you don't need Phosphor. You can play like this and remove the gear embargo. As you said before, you are right. Remove this. So you don't get Phosphor. You don't get this Phosphor. But you get what's important, the Melee Arcane and Tau Forged. Melee Arcane, Tau Forged and normal. So you want these two. You don't want Phosphor for nothing, because Phosphor, I came here yesterday. Phosphor is this.
Said, I see. That makes sense.
So Phosphor is this. Lloyd. Yeah. Phosphor is used for this. Phosphor. Arcane Dissolution. I did this yesterday. I buy Eidolon Arcanes, gives you Phosphor. So dissolve Arcanes. I come here and I come to duplicates, owned duplicates, and I sell this. Let's say I have another Arcane Barrier to sell. I have to sell another Arcane Barrier. Phosphor. Let me search for a secondary Merciless. What can I do? Something I don't need. This gives you Phosphor, but I want to show you what the Phosphor does. Okay, I'm just gonna do.
Said, oh, I know how that works. BTW.
Okay, let me just show so I can show it on.
Said, you dissolve it to get Phosphor, so you can use Phosphor for new arcanes.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going for this one, Arcane Agility. I'm gonna use one of these. Gives you 21 Phosphor. I'm just showing this because I'm going to send the stream onto YouTube, so it's like a video but not a video. So gives you Phosphor, then you come here and you have I have 193 Phosphor. So what I'm trying to say, and I buy Eidolon Arcanes, and you buy the Arcane. You can buy the Arcanes with Phosphor. The Phosphor is so low, is a small amount. Santo Anatomic, Fibonacci tag for Necrolite. The Phosphor amount is so low, 50, gives you 50 Phosphor, is really low. So this one is low, it's such a low amount that it's not worth to play for Phosphor. So this is like getting 50 and getting nothing. It's better to get nothing and have the gear embargo. So yeah, you have the gear wheel, you can play with the gear wheel. I'll show you what the crew member can do. You have to find a good weapon for your crew member. I'm using Opticore Vandal. but you can use Kuvozar, Kuvorama. I think Kuvorama is not available on the crew member.
Cheops said, I use Trumna right now.
Depends on the build. Any weapon can be good for the crew member, but I'll just show you. It's a huge difference between us playing and the crew member. The crew member has Cheops. Let me see how the bot says your name. Let me copy your name. Control C, Control V.
Ivo the noob said, Cheops.
Cheops, okay. Cheops, okay. So welcome. So, I never tried this before. I'm gonna try this now. Sanctum Simulacrum. Yeah, it's a good time to. This is a reward from the new missions. Disruption. I don't like this so much, but it's okay. Murmur. Okay, against the murmur. Why not? So I'm gonna show you Still Path, Friendly Fire, Still Path, Companion Invincibility, Friendly Fire, no, Level 120, 215. So this is Still Path, these enemies. Pulse AI, no. I'm gonna show you what a crew member can do. He just cleans everything. Let me. Okay, here. My crew member is using Optical Vandal. He just cleans everything really, really fast. He can take out these. I'm not doing anything, I'm just showing you. And I'll show you the build. I'm not sure about the galvanized mods and the primary merciless arcane, if it works. Oh, I don't see my crew member. He probably died. Let's reset this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this simulacrum, probably relay. I'm gonna leave this simulacrum. What I want to say is really strong, but this simulacrum seems to be bugged. Either my crew member died, I don't believe he died, probably bugged. And this simulacrum takes a lot of. I'm going to this problem. It's more. It's smaller and. It uses less. I'm going to the simulacrum. Pause. No. Simulate. And I'm going to throw the. I'm using Optical Bundle, but. Why I chosen this weapon because it has the. I have to shoot. If I don't shoot, no, he die. No. This is the first. This is the first. Okay. So with simulacrum orbit. No, really. This is a first. Usually it doesn't die when I play the boss. Maybe because we are 4 in a team and I play with specters, with a wisp spectre. I will place a wisp. I play like this. 4 players in a team. Wisp spectre I use. I use this spectre, wisp, and this one. What I use on the boss. I use this one, shields, and wisp spectre. And I use the crew member. Let's see. How can we do this? And now we'll attack the enemies also. To simulate how we play the... I don't do much damage, but the one dealing the damage is really the crew member. The specters, the specters don't do so much damage. I need to lower the warframe volume. The specters don't do a lot of damage. Only the crew member is dealing damage. I don't deal damage almost. The crew member deals about 5 times the damage we deal. They have a boost. But you will see I deal really low damage and they are dying. It's the crew member killing them. It's not me. I deal small amounts of damage and it deals like 5 times more than me. It's like go with a nice crew member because of the so go with that option, disable that option, and yeah, get a spectre, a wisp, and shield osprey. Gives you this is just to support